Welkom terug. Ons gesels nou verder met Theo Venter en S'thembiso Msomi oor die verkiesingsuitslae. Theo sê die Deel het miljoene rande spandeer, sê die VF+ vanmiddag, op 'n duur verkiesingsveld tog gemik teen klein partye om te sê moenie vir klein partye stem nie. Hoe het dit vir hulle uitgewerk?
Nee, dit het nie vir hulle uitgewerk nie, maar ek dink ook die Vryheidsfront het miljoene spandeer om plakate reg oor die platteland. Hulle het veral 'n plattelandse veld toe gehad en sterk gefokus op Pretoria en die Oosrand en so meer. Ek het in al hierdie plekke gaan praat en gaan toesprake lewer en die groen plakate met die terugslaan of slaan terug was baie dominant. En ek dink daardie logo wat oorspronklik Tony Leonson was 10 jaar gelede, dink ek het hierdie ronde gewerk vir die Vryheidsfront Plus.
Because most other small parties, S'thembiso, many of them fared very, very badly, among them the UDM and COPE.
Yes, well, with COPE, I think it was expected. With the UDM, I can't believe that they did so badly because they looked like they were gaining traction, especially with ANC voters who were not sure whether to vote for the same leadership. You would have thought that they would have benefited, but it doesn't show.
So if we look at Gauteng on provincial level, what are some of the early indications with regard to turnout and what do you think that province is going to do? I think we've got a graphic on the screen. If you just look at that for the moment, stemme geteld 51%. It's on a knife edge for the ANC at the moment.
A lot of projections are putting the ANC that they are going to be able to form a government without a coalition. We'll see tomorrow what happens. But what has been interesting for me has been to see that there are lots of votes at national level coming from Gauteng, lots of votes going to the national leadership. So a vote for Cyril, but when ANC supporters are voting provincially, they're voting for other parties.
I would put it stronger than Msomi.
Yeah.
I think Gauteng came out to rescue Cyril. The voting percentages, which we saw an hour and a half ago, is about 72%. It's the highest in the country. It's higher than the national average of 64, 65. The lowest being Limpopo, Northwest and these places. But Gauteng came out in their masses. And I think where Zuma was penalized in 2016 by Gauteng voters, those voters came back for Cyril.
Theo, hoe wydverspreid was die verskynsel van kiesers wat glo in Cyril, maar nie in die ANC nie, en dus nasionaal ANC stem om vir Cyril 'n mandaat te gee, maar nie provinsiaal nie?
Kom ons met die Pieter Bruce teorie. Ek dink dit was groot.
Of the Economist.
Ja, ek dink veral onder sakelei en ouens wat gevoel het en nee, dit was groot. En ons kon dit sien op plekke. Kyk, ons stelsel laat ons nie heeltemal toe om te sien hoe mense hulle stemme verdeel nie, maar dit is duidelik so 'n stem gewees.
S'thembiso, just on that note, Gauteng, the DA made a lot of promises of growth in the province, specifically with regard to township areas. Should they be disappointed tonight?
They should be, and I think it's because also the messaging has not been on Gauteng mostly. They focus a lot on national issues and never looked at exploiting the ANC weaknesses in the province. I mean, there are lots of issues that they could have used in this campaign. They were not there. And I also think they were not really reacting to the ANC strategy because Cyril spent a lot of time in this province, especially every Thursday, if you noticed, with the election campaign. He was campaigning in the province. They never looked at how do they respond to that. When he went to Alex, when he went to Sowetan, how do they respond to the issues that he's raising? They kept on focusing on the national campaign, I think.
En dis ten spyte van die e-tolls, né?
Yes, of course.
But Adrian started his comments tonight saying that the ANC should have a smile on its face tonight. And yet, if they do end up at 56, 57, 58%, it would still be the worst election result for the ANC in general election.
But consider where they would have been. Let's say Zuma's people had won. What's his name? Balula, earlier on today, was saying that they could have declined to even 40% without Cyril helping them as their leader. So I think they are relieved. They may be unhappy that they are below 60%, but they will be relieved that they came back and they have a fairly strong majority.
And I think it's a sweet spot for Cyril Ramaphosa.
Maar het Cyril dan nou vandag sy mandaat gekry?
Ek dink so. Ek dink hy het sy mandaat gekry. Onthou ons het al 'n bietjie gepraat hieroor. 60%, dan kom die ysmagashules in en sê die mense gee nie om vir staatskaping nie. 51% sou hulle gesê het, you're not a good leader. Jy's nie 'n goeie leier nie, jy moet gaan. 56, 57, 58 is 'n sweet spot. Hy kan alles doen wat hy doen en as hy die grondwet wil verander,
Sure.
is dit 'n groot genoeg getal om iemand by te kry om by 2/3 uit te kom.
Dankie Theo. Wat gebeur met die stembriewe nadat hulle getel is? Kirsten van Jaarsveld vertel ons meer oor wat die OVK moet doen na al die drama en opwinding van stemdag.
Na al die stemme getel is die verkiesingsbeamptes in Suid-Afrika se 22.924 verkiesingslokale se werk nog nie verby nie. Stembriewe moet terug in die stembokse geplaas word en die bokse word dan weer geseël. Al die bokse word dan na plaaslike en provinsiale pakhuise geneem om gestoor te word. Die stembriewe moet volgens wet vir 6 maande gestoor word. Dit word gedoen sodat dit weer getel kan word indien dit nodig sou wees. Alle klagtes wat verband hou met die kiesproses moet teen môre aand 9:00 by die verkiesingskommissie in Pretoria ingedien word. Die kieshof het die finale sê oor enige verkiesingsdispuut. Enigiemand wat verkiesingswetgewing oortree, soos byvoorbeeld kiesers wat selfies met stembriewe neem, meer as een keer stem, of partylede wat knoei met die uitslae, kan 'n boete van tot R200.000 opgelê word en erge oortredings kan selfs in tronkstraf eindig. En wat van al die verkiesingsplakate? Die verwydering van verkiesingsplakate word deur die betrokke munisipaliteite gereguleer. In die meeste gebiede moet alle verkiesingsplakate binne 14 dae na stemdag verwyder word. Dis 'n enorme taak. Die DA alleen het 1,5 miljoen plakate laat druk. Indien partye nie hulle plakate voor die spertyd verwyder nie, kan die munisipaliteit die plakate verwyder. Die skuldige party kan 'n boete van R42 per plakkaat opgelê word.